Well, hello again, folks, and welcome back to the shop. Today is a nice day out, and it is a nice day to get some work done. So I'm going to do some welding and some cutting. I've got some 11 gauge steel and some 18 gauge steel. I need some practice welding these two together so I don't melt the 18 gauge steel. What I'm experimenting with mainly is I'm going to weld this stuff together. I'm going to weld two samples. One is going to get ER70 and the other one is going to get Silicone Bronze. And I'm even going to put some Bondo on one of the samples. I'm going to take it to a professional powder coating place so they can powder coat it so I can see what it looks like, see if it'll stick to the one with the Bondo and see if it'll stick to the one with the Silicone Bronze. I've never welded with Silicone Bronze before, so it'll be interesting. Stand by. This is the powder coating sprayer here. They hang the parts on these hooks, spray them down, then they slide the whole thing over into the dryer. The dryer is about 135 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere in there. Okay, here's what the steel looked like with the Bondo on it. And the paint did stick to the Bondo very nicely. You can see, but my prep work, as you can see over here, not the best. Shows you what I didn't go crazy with doing the prep work. I just wanted to test this piece, but you can see what would happen if you don't do proper prep. Get everything just right, it shows up. Paint doesn't hide flaws, paint magnifies flaws. So all these little things, it's just accentuated by the paint. It just pulls it right up. So prep work on the real one is going to have to be done a lot nicer than this. Let me give you a quick rundown of the pulses I'm using here. I'm using 3 pulses a second. I've got a 50% background pulse and I've got a 60% on time. And it seems to be working pretty well. You can see I've got a bit of a gap here. I'm going to go ahead and use some ER70 S2 to fill that in. Then I'll use some silicone bronze to cap it off. Well, the silicone bronze went in there real nice. Happy with the way it went. Now all I got to do is grind all that weld I just did off again. Now all I got to do is bring it in and have it powder coated. Well, the paint job looks okay, except for it's got some little bit of rough spots on it towards the top. I don't think that's the job of the fault of the putty. There you can see there's some rough spots here because I got putty pretty much almost over the whole thing. You can see there's bubbles here. I got a feeling the guy that painted it, maybe this was the first part he painted and it wasn't so clean, but I'm not too worried about it. That seems to look okay. I think the real actual part should turn out just fine. So what's the conclusion? Well, the paint seemed to stick fine on both parts. I need to do a little bit better job with the prep work, but seemed to weld up okay. So what am I going to use for this welding cart when I weld those faceplates on for real? Well, in my opinion, silicone bronze wins. This stuff flows like peanut butter on a toasted bagel. It gets right into those nooks and crannies and all the little crevices in the steel. You can guide that thing along with your TIG torch and just make it go wherever you want it to go. It's absolutely awesome stuff. So when it's time for me to build that cart for real, and you want to see it, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos coming up. Hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to me on Instagram. I've got all the stuff there that doesn't make it to YouTube, as well as taking pictures of the projects I'm in the midst of working on. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.